Hey yo, Benito, what up everybody? This is Sancocho back with another video. So I'm gonna continue the Sancocho series. If you haven't seen it, just check out my playlist. There's episode 1, 2, possibly 3. I think this is episode 3. But let's jump into it because I got things to do. So just spur of the moment, nothing fancy. So I wanted to talk about Cajón de Muerto, Fiesta Espirituales. This is more so talking about Espiritismo. Why is it that there are no canto espirituales sung at fiestas espirituales? For anyone who doesn't know, so there are drummings, just as much as there are drummings for Palo Mayombe, just as much as there are drummings for La Regla de Ocha, there are drummings for El Espiritismo, for the guías espirituales. So the drumming of Palo is for the impungo, the drummings for Ocha are for the Orisha, the drumming for El Fiesta Espiritual or Cajón Espiritual are for the guías espirituales, the gypsies, the Congos, so on and so forth, Espiritismo. What I've noticed is that it's always Palo Mayombe music sung at Cajón de Muertos. Example. Instead of, so like a lot of times you hear the Cajón de Muerto, a lot of times, and why people refer to Cajón de Muerto, like, oh, we're going to go to Cajón de Muerto, and they're playing to the, it's a palo. Why don't they just call it a fiesta de palo, or toque de palo, if it's for the impungo, instead of a Cajón de Muerto. I don't put Palo Mayombe en Muerto in, there happens to be a Muerto in Fumbe, in the Nganga, but, when your person say, yo, I'm going to Cajón de Muerto, I'm thinking Espiritismo, to the Muerto, for all of them, not just the one that lives in a pot, So, for example, at a fiesta espiritual, nowadays, you're going to hear siete con siete, siete nada más, siete tiene mi siete rayos, siete nada más. They love sarabanda, rabanda, chichiribaco, choca hueso con hueso, chichiribaco. What else? Quimbamula, quimbamula, buena noche, quimbamula, son las horas. Lumbe, lumbe, la cueva en ganga, si sarabanda ta sere, palo quiña muese sawe. And so on and so forth. At Fiesta Espiritual functions, I've been to a Fiesta Espiritual in Philadelphia. I've been to a Fiesta Espiritual in Florida, in Spanish Harlem. I want to say there's one more. And all of them, they were singing those Palo songs. But I expected to hear things like the Hail Mary song, the Our Father song, St. Clair, Santa Clara, Claradora. Of course, they all do the obligatory Sea de Santísimo Sea, which I'm totally over that song. I'm tired of it being sung. It's the one that everybody knows, which is dope. But, they do the obligatory, Sea Santísimo, the Marinero, basically going down the line of Fariña or Los Nanis. And then they go into, let's play for the Congo, play for the Congo. You can do a Fiesta Espiritual or Toque Espiritual and not sing one Palo Mayombe song. Yes, it is possible. But nowadays, there's a Sancocho of singing Palo Mayombe songs at Fiesta Espirituales. Now, why this is, I personally believe it's because they don't know the songs. That's point blank. They don't know the songs. Reason number 2 is because Palo Mayombe music is just more popular. It's more fast, it's more rhythmic. Number 3, which is probably the most important reason, because half of the responsibility goes on the tamboleros and the singers, more so the singer, because of the players, if they're not singing, they just playing, they're going to go with what the singer's going with. So if the singer's singing Palo Mayombe music at a Fiesta Espiritual, instead of singing to the Gitana, they're singing to Sarabanda, they're just following the singer. The third reason that I think is the most prevalent, half the responsibility goes on the singer. The other half goes on the people that are hiring these singers to sing. Oh, I'm going to have a Cajón de Muerto, a Fiesta Espiritual. And they don't, the person who hires them does not put an end or a stop to what they're singing and doesn't stop them. Like, yo, whoa, Why are you singing to Sarabanda? You see, I've been to one, there was one in Spanish Harlem. There was mad gitanas on the walls. Not one song for the gitana was sung the entire night. But at that same, this is Spanish Harlem with the Puerto Ricans and the Cubans. That same fiesta espiritual, all these gitanas on the walls, not one canto gitana was played. A little bit for the indio when they do the obligatory, the indio bueno, indio bravo, donde va con esa cruz, which still, it doesn't make sense to me. I put it in my song. If you haven't seen Sea Santísimo, I put it in my song. But Native American music does not sound like that. Anyway, so not one song for the gitana was played. At this fiesta espiritual, Lucero comes down and mounts a woman. Why is an impungo coming down at a fiesta espiritual? Because you're playing to the impungo. That's it. What else? There was a one in Brooklyn. One of her main guides was a gitana. Not one canto was sung for the gitana until I personally requested it to be sung. Eventually, the lady gets mounted with her gitana. But they were still playing with a Palo rhythm, Palo Mayombe rhythm. And it doesn't make sense to me. I think what people need to start doing is holding the singers and the tamboleros accountable. If I'm going to pay $1,000 to have these people come to my crib and sing for my guías espirituales, there better not be no, salam ale con sala. No, there's a time and place for everything. Yes, the Congos, they have their little sayings, salam aleikum, and ta Jose, and ta Francisco, ta Manuel, ta Julian, ta Felipe, ta Julio, so on and so forth. Not everything is singing to Sarabanda and Siete Rayo. You can do an entire fiesta espiritual and not sing one canto de palo. So people need to hold the people that they hire for a service accountable and ask them straight up in the beginning before giving any money exchanges. Do you know the cantos espirituales? They're going to say, yeah, we know, we do it all the time. We got this. They're going to play like Sea Santísimo and, Si la luz redentora te llama. We're going to say basically everything in that little Merceditas Valdez where it starts with the guitar. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody plays that. That one's played out too. And I say that with all due respect because it's dope. I used to love that song, but it just gets played again and again and again. Need something fresh. One in Florida, they didn't know any cantos to the gitana. So I was asked, can you sing some songs to the gitana? And so I did, and I sang. It was a nice experience. It was great. But it just made me be like, like really? These people got hired? And like they're dope tamboleros. And like there was one of them, Cuban, a black Cuban. He was mad dope and he was following along, whatever. But the singer, God bless her, but like she didn't know any songs for the gitana. And this is not to toot my own horn, like, oh yeah, then they asked me, so I sang. No, that's not it. It's just like, this was in Florida. This was like in Kissimmee, I want to say, around there, that area where there's a lot of Puerto Ricans. And it's like, why is Palo music so prevalent for fiesta espirituales? This lady had a whole bóveda set up and an indio and gitana and all that. And the only thing they're playing is Palo Mayombe music. And it just racks my mind. So if that's you and you want to hire someone to play a fiesta espiritual for you and your cuadro espiritual, ask them, do you know how to play the cantos espirituales? Ask them, what songs do you know? Other than Sea Santísimo, Marinero, and everything that's on the two Los Nanis albums that everybody knows and plays. What songs, if your main guide is a gitana, can you sing me a little something over the phone of what you know about what songs you know for the gitana? And if the only song you know for the gitana is the first 5 lines from Nina Rodriguez's wonderful song, Gitana, Gitana, Gitana Mia, Gitana, Gitana, na 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 na. She wrote a beautiful song. It seems to be the only gitana song that people ever know. And it's a wonderful, wonderful creative song. I played it for the gitanas that walk with me. That's dope. But it's like, do you know anything else other than that one song? Do you know any other cantos for the indio other than that one song and then revert back to Palo? That one song for the gitanas and revert back to Palo? No cantos for the Arabs, the piratas, the vikingos, the nuns, there's so many other commissions that walk with a person. It's not all about the Congo. And then when I have asked people, yo, are there songs for the commission of the Arabs, of the Árabe, of the pirates, the piratas, of the nuns, the monjas, the Hindus, the Orientals, the gitanas that are not Spanish, because not every single gitana is Spanish? And they say, oh, yeah, they exist. But they never say that they don't know them. They just say they exist and kind of go around the questions. So they say, oh, that's more like the old school, the old people used to have that. They still exist, though. I personally have never heard it before. I've never heard a canto for the Árabe. I've never heard a canto for the Orientals, the Arabs, the Hindus, the Vikings, the pirates. What else? All the different commissions, the vagabundos, the homeless, all these people, the children, the commission of children, there are people who have children, the cuadro espiritual, the Vikings, and they just go like they're just not acknowledged. And I don't know what the deal is with that. So I just think it's a combination of lack of knowledge, a combination of not holding singers that you hire for a service accountable. I think it would be a great practice. That's like going to a Palo event. If it was a Palo event and you start singing Ocha music, it would be a scandal. If you go to an Ocha event and you start singing Palo, it'd be a scandal. But you go to Fiesta Espiritual and you play Palo, then, it's completely fine. And why is Lucero coming down at a Fiesta Espiritual is totally just normal. No, it's not, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I think a great practice should be, if I'm going to pay for a $1,000 service, because that's how much it costs to hire, between like 1,000, sometimes 1,500. I'm going to talk about fundamentos or whatever. Like, those can be expensive. But if you're going to hire, a fiesta espiritual, it could be like 600 to 1,000. I don't know if that includes the singer. I think it would be a great practice to be like, yo, you'll get half the money, and then after the fiesta, I give it the rest to you. I think that'd be a great practice. And that's if you're in the middle of your set and you play nothing, like, yo, I tell you, don't stop playing Palo music. You do it again. Stop playing Palo music. Do it again. Strike D. Go home. You're good. You're good. I don't need your services anymore. Let's turn on the radio, the vitrola, like they did back in the day, because the singer simply doesn't know any cantos espirituales. All they know is Sarabanda and Siete Rayos. I think that'd be a great practice. I think it'd be a great practice if the fiesta espiritual is supposed to begin, let's say 2 p.m., just throwing out a number. For every hour that the people are late, then dock something off. Because I don't know what it is, but everybody's always on Dominican time when it comes to punctuality. So if the problem is the singers and drummers are paid beforehand. So if that weren't the case, maybe there'd be more motivation to like, yo, let's sing this correctly because our money's on the line. There's a bag on the line. So that's just my 2 cents. I don't want to make this too long. Those are just what goes through my mind. I want to hear, Padre nuestro que estás en los cielos, santificado sea tu nombre, vénganos en tu reino, hágase su voluntad, Padre. Instead of sarabanda, rabanda, chichiribaco. There are beautiful cantos espirituales that are simply not sung. And I remember I sang a song to Francisca, or La Negra in general. And the tamboleros, they didn't know it because they were so focused on singing to Sarabanda and Siete Rayos. And then, of course, a little Siete Días con Siete Noche for San Lázaro. And then it reverts into Babalueye and into Cobayende. Stop singing a Cobayende. Stop singing a Babalueye. I'm not trying to honor. If I walk with San Lázaro, don't sing the Babalueye. Don't sing to Cobayende. Sing to San Lázaro. So that's my 2 cents. That's today's Sancocho. Let me know what y'all think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm all down for having dope conversations with people. And let's talk about it, okay? Tell me about your Fiesta Espirituales experiences. I have yet to have anyone tell me to the contrary that that's what they hear at a fiesta espiritual, at a cajón de muerto, at a cajón espiritual, at a toque espiritual. It's all palo music with the obligatory Sea Santísimo and the obligatory whatever they go on with Fariña, the black guy, the Cuban that's sitting on a chair, his album. And Los Nanis, they do the Marinero, they do Sea Santísimo. Si la Luz Redentora, Te Amo Buen Ser, that song. They do all those little ones that everybody knows. And they don't dive deep into any specific commission. And when they say, oh, we're going to play for the Congo, they play for the Congo all night, but they're actually singing to Sarabanda. They're not singing to the Congo, they're singing to the Impungo. So, I'm going to shut up. Peace, and cut it out with the Sancocho, okay?